Okay, we've talked about accumulating Ethereum, Ether, lumens, stellar lumens, and we're going to own some Bitcoin. So now we're going to talk about where to store it. We go to the exchanges to buy it, but as I've said, you don't want to leave money on exchanges, too much money on an exchange or for too long. And so I download. So now, I take it from the exchange and we store it directly on the blockchain. In other words, the blockchain. Let me try to explain here first how we can do this with Ethereum. We go to myetherwallet.com. They have this message now that is up here at several pages. I suggest you read this whole message. Prepare to take a minute. It's good. Gives you some info. They're not a bank. So anyways, you can read through that. So this website is just a viewer to information on the blockchain, and you can even write to the blockchain. It's sort of like the blockchain is like the database, and it allows you to see who owns, it allows you to see what you own, as well as if you have your private key, that you can remove money from your account. But if you lose your private key, it's gone. You don't have to trust anybody, but you have to trust yourself, because if you lose it, there's no one can help you. So you come to this My Ether wallet. The only thing I do here is view wallet info. I've saved my private key already, so I click this and I log in. But so if you want to do a new wallet, you would go here, new wallet. You create a password. I don't remember the steps. I'm not going to go through it all right now. This is not brain surgery. The hard part is, like I said, having a system for staying organized and not losing your private keys. We'll get to that in a minute. But for Ethereum, or any ERC20 tokens, that is, any tokens that have been issued on the Ethereum platform, are stored in the Ethereum blockchain, and you can view them with this My Ether wallet. So this is what I like to use for Ethereum or any ERC20 tokens. Then now Stellar. Oh, I did this. I was doing another video. Every time you come to the page, it's like this. So, okay, so secret, if you've already set up an account, you would put your private key in here and sign into your account. And similarly, this is just a viewer. And by the way, did I mention, these are open source codes that create this viewer. So if this website or this URL disappeared or My Ether wallet website disappeared, it's created with the open source code, and there are other places you can go to view the same information. So there's, you don't have to worry about the website going down or not working. Similarly, with this account viewer, if you're new to it, you click generate, and it generates a public key and a secret key. Now this, I am just created, this is brand new. I'm not going to use it. I'm not going to put money in here. Don't try to figure out if you can figure out the secret key. This is not mine. But anyways, you click, and this is what you need to save. You got your public key and your secret key. Again, make sure you don't lose it. Public key you give to someone if someone's going to send you money, you share with them your public key. But if you want to take any money out, that's your private biz. Okay, so that's the account viewer. Now, there's one other way to store directly on the blockchain. And to access it, you can use what's called a hardware wallet. Ledger Nano S, this one here is one that I use, that I bought. I'm not actually using it. I don't like the hardware wallet thing. You have this thing that you don't want to lose it, but if you lose it, you're still okay. You create these 15 passwords, and as long as you don't lose those, you're fine, even if you lose the hardware. I just don't like having a hardware thing. I got to save, and then I plug it in with the USB. Means I have to use my computer. It's just too much work for me. I like these lightweight, just web account viewers. So I'm not a fan of this thing. But if you have a token that's not ERC20, there's some things maybe this is your only option if you buy those coins. Now, the other thing about Bitcoin, so that I told you where I save my Ethereum, myetherwallet.com, Stellar, Lumens, directly on the Stellar network. Bitcoin, actually, I usually just leave it in the exchange. Like I said, I'm only 5 to 10% of my portfolio is in Bitcoin, and I use it to buy the lumens. And I may want to, lumens are down 50% today, shoot that Bitcoin off and do my transaction. sometimes, you know, it's just faster. And so, as much as I worry about exchanges, you know, I don't know, on any given day, I don't know that it's going to go away. So sometimes I'm leaving Bitcoin directly just in the exchange, okay? Not a lot, and not for a long time per se. But anyways, if you want to store your Bitcoin, I think the only safe option are these hardware wallets. I mean, there are other options, but as far as I know, you know, this is certainly safe. And for Bitcoin, I don't know of a better way than the hardware wallets if you want to download and store your Bitcoin. Okay, now, as I mentioned, making sure you don't lose your stuff. So first of all, I think it's important to use a spreadsheet to track what you have, because a lot of these things don't have reports. You have things in different places. You know, that MyEther wallet we just looked at, I think it does calculate the dollar value. It might show you there, but there's not a lot of tracking. So I created something like this in Google Spreadsheet. Now these, again, this is not my portfolio. I created this for the sake of education. I have more than $15,000. And not to scoff at 15,000, and also depending on your age, I'm an old man, right? I mean, and that's why I wanted to set this up with smaller numbers. It's probably more realistic for most people. Now, so I created a thing here. These would be the tokens. These are how much. So Bitcoin, I have in this fake portfolio, 0.15 coins, and the price I update manually. Sometimes it's fun. The price is going up and down. You go in and you change. Oh my God, look how much money I have now, and then it's all gone. But anyways, so you put in the prices, and then this is a calculation field. The number of coins times the price is this. See, I do this calculation thing. If you know how to do that, if you don't know how to do that, you should learn. It's very valuable. And I'll give you a hint. You click on the sum thing here, okay? Then I do a grand total here. See, a total of all my, so this would say, okay, the whole portfolio is worth this. Then I have another function here, okay, which is the value of this divided by the total is the percentage. And that's why I picked this portfolio here to show you, because this is sort of what I've been saying, 40, 40, and 9. Okay, 40% of Stellar and Ethereum, and then 9% of Bitcoin. And then another thing that if you ever start playing with other coins, you know, just do it if you're experimenting. Like I did a video on Pay 10x token. They say they're going to pay out a dividend. Maybe they will. Could be interesting. So I got a teeny bit, you know, in real life and in here, a teeny bit to see, hey, if I ever get a dividend, I can see how much it is, what the percentage is, and then determine whether to invest bigger. Now, another thing you can do here is you copy this, right, and then paste it again. I already did it, but I'll do it again. You know, so then you paste it here, and then put in the date, and you can create a log for yourself, right? So here I put in the date, today's date, 11/30. Not that these prices are right, but anyways, you put in the date, and then you save it. You can keep doing that, and you can see a history of your portfolio and the changes. You'd be surprised how quickly you forget what the hell goes on. And sometimes things are moving fast in this market. You lose track. If you think it's all in your head, it's not, okay? I mean, and when it feels like you've got it all in your head, you really got a problem because you're overly confident. Keep track of this stuff. Now, similarly, you know, we've talked about dollar cost averaging in your buys. Well, you think, oh, I know, yeah, I spent about, you know, whatever. Let's say the budget is $2,500 a month. Yeah, I think I did. You know, you don't know. I'll tell you, because I do this myself, and there's times I feel like I spent a lot this month. Sorry, I shouldn't say spent. Invested more than my budget this month, and I look at the numbers and I'm less, or it goes the other way too. So you really keep track, and so that's just keeping track of your transactions. Something like this, right? Date, bought or sold. I wouldn't sell anything, but keep track of it here in case you do. And this is for your own tracking. If I bought Bitcoin and sold Bitcoin in order to buy Stellar, I wouldn't put all that in. It's just like I got Stellar, and it cost me about, you know, sometimes who knows what the price was. It's very confusing. So I'm like, okay, it was $1,100. Close enough. You know what I mean? Like, I'm keeping track here in general. Now, so this is, you know, what I bought, how many, and then, so what is that value? And then you can total. So here, right, I took November and total them up, and I can see, so let's say my budget was $2,500 a month. October, I underinvested a little. October, I overinvested a little. But it looks like I'm kind of on track here. I'm still a little, with these numbers, it looks like it's almost like right on. Well, whatever. I could add those two up. I would learn, okay, I would add these two up and divide by 2. 2,300. If my budget's 2,500, I'm under investing by now 400 under budget, right? Yeah, because it's 200 each month. Anyways, this is a good thing to keep track, to make sure you're doing your dollar cost averaging. And like I've said, is when you say I'm going to do 2,500 a month, you don't want to do it like necessarily every Monday. You know, do it when it's down 15%. Like there are days that it's down 15%. Make those buying days. You know, so, and you can see here, I created dates like that. So it's like, oh, look at, I did it on the 19, the 22, 23. Hopefully these were down days, right? And then I waited almost a month, and then it was like once a week. Now, whatever, you know, let's just, whether I was smart or dumb, you can keep track of it, whether these were all down days. In fact, that would be an interesting column. Like, that probably gets a little too much. So, all right. Now, in addition, so you get your private and public key. Think about, you want to save it in at least 2 places. One of them, old school paper, print it out and put it somewhere that you're not going to lose it. And hopefully your portfolio is not giant. Like I got everything. If all I got is Ethereum and Ethereum tokens and Stellar Networks, I can keep everything in just my Ether wallet and Stellar Account Viewer. You know, if you start having 20 different wallets and keys, it can be a lot. So anyways, you keep it in 2 places. One is old school paper. Another, you know, so your computer, how safe is your computer? I don't know what goes on and if anyone can get your email. The other thing to remember is also psychology. Like if you put it on your desktop called, you know, private keys here, you know, that's probably not a good place. But even if it's in your computer, but it's sort of hidden where no one would look, maybe that makes it a little safer too. So think about how you store your keys and at least more than 2 places. Okay. And okay, I think that's it. Yeah, so Bitcoin, like I said, you can store it in the wallet, or you can leave it on the exchange for a minute. So anyways, thanks for watching. If you enjoy this info, let Ty know. You want more crypto from Dave. For the latest on me, you can always check out davelevine.com. And if you ever want to find me on social networks, my handle is always davelevine.com spelled out. So Dave Levine, DOTCOM. Although I'm not doing anything on social networks right now except for YouTube, which would be youtube.com/DaveLevine, DOTCOM, where as I learn more about crypto, I post it there, share it with you, and I love getting feedback. I'm also, if you want to contact me through YouTube, either commenting on a video or messaging me through YouTube. I'm on there all the time. So hope to hear from you. Let me know if you have any questions, and look forward to talking about crypto more. Thank you.